Jesus today in this beautiful gospel is teaching us about how the gospel itself should not ever remain in the realm of a theory, because it is something real. It is something that must be lived and applied in our everyday lives. So what Jesus is teaching us today is to not remain in that realm of theory where we can come off with a sense of either duplicity or hypocrisy. He's saving us from that. And so the question therefore becomes, what kind of fruit are we bearing in our lives as we live our faith, our love of God, our love of neighbor? What kind of fruit are we bearing in our lives? It reminds me of the wisdom of one of my former spiritual directors in high school. He would tell me that the purpose of our prayer is its fruit. And so today, brothers and sisters, we can ask for that grace, therefore, to apply the gospel. It's very practical in our lives. Love, of course, determines everything. It determines us waking up in the morning and our guiding force, our motivation, as we just listened to it in the opening prayer at Mass and the collect. It is the foundation of love that is our guide in everything we do. And so therefore, the gospel is something that can be experienced, can be lived. It's what the saints teach us. The saints applied it in a very particular way in their life. For St. Francis of Assisi, it meant him just giving everything up and loving everyone, especially the marginalized. St. Mother Teresa of Calcutta, for instance, the same. St. Anthony of the Desert felt the call to go towards the desert to experience God's love even more profoundly. What about us? Where is the Holy Spirit leading our hearts? And what are the fruits that we are bearing in our lives? Because they are there. You know, Jesus talks about the good tree bearing good fruit and the bad tree bearing bad fruit. Brothers and sisters, we were created fundamentally good. When God saw everything he had created, how did he see it? Very good. Let us be reminded of that truth, therefore, of ourselves as we seek to be in communion with God, that we continue, therefore, to, in communion with God, work with God to continue to bear this goodness that he does in our lives.